Greetings and welcome to Flavourful Eats. Today we're going to Eastern India. Joining me is Neelam Prasad.
Today I'm going to bake a typical breakfast from Jharkhand, which includes Mangrela Ajwain Puri, Aloo Gobhi it's a dry vegetable called Bhujia in Jharkhand, with coriander chutney and Lauki Raita. So I would start with the dough first for the puri, and then I'm going to let it sit for 15 minutes.
Right.
And meanwhile, we'll start with the cauliflower.
Yes, our dishes today is made a puri, which is a leavened bread, deep fried leavened bread basically, which will have some, I think it's bishop's seeds in English, but I know in Telugu it's warmo and you call it Ajwain.
Yes.
And then we're going to use something called black onion seeds,
Yes.
which is Nigella seeds, or you call it
Kalonji.
Kalonji is, we call it Kalonji. And you have
Mangrela.
Mangrela seeds.
Yes.
So, and then we're using whole wheat flour, salt, and you can actually point out to what is the black onion seed.
We have the whole wheat flour. This is the Ajwain seed.
Right. You want to pick up a little bit?
Sure. So these are like just looks like a regular seed, but and this is the Kalonji. Or onion seeds. It's totally black. It's also very good for your hair, actually.
Yes.
If you boil it in oil and then use it on your hair, it helps with your hair loss.
No hair loss.
No hair loss. And like 3 tablespoons of oil and salt.
Okay.
So let's start with kneading the dough first. So I take 3 cups of flour.
So with COVID time and all that, we are talking about having gloves on,
Yes,
right? But
yeah,
your hands are the best tools anytime.
Yeah, you can also use your KitchenAid multiprocessor.
Yes.
For usually at home I use that, but I just want to show how the consistency should be. So I'm going to add like a pinch of salt.
All this is optional. Salt is to taste.
Yes, you can add oil. This oil gives a crisp texture to your puris.
Okay.
Because it's going to be for chapati, we do not add this oil to the flour directly. So when we add this oil to the flour, it makes it flaky. So the more oil you add, the flakier it is.
So if you don't, not necessarily wanting a flaky one, you can leave the oil.
Yeah, and then it's going to get crispier if you add more oil. And then
I generally don't like adding oil only because I think we're already deep frying it. Why do I need more oil?
But actually it takes less oil if you add it to the flour.
Okay, good to know. So you added like a teaspoon of that ajwain, and
Ajwain,
this is the black seed,
the black
onion
seeds. Yeah. And then I'm going to use the water as needed to knead this. So first I'm going to thoroughly mix this so that the ajwain and the kalonji are properly mixed in each part of this dough.
And in the Western baking, you would say it's more like making breadcrumbs.
Yeah. So when we see this consistency where we see everything is thoroughly mixed, then we are going to use water as needed. So first just a little bit. So it should not be too soft.
So you started off with about 1.5 cups of water there, right?
Yes.
Yes. Just to figure out at the end how many, but different brand of flour takes different amount of water, different type of flour.
Yeah.
So you used what you call the Indian store, the one you make chapatis with?
Exactly, the same wheat flour.
Wheat flour, okay. So it's whole wheat flour.
Yeah.
Any particular brand you are more attached to?
I use the Sujata Gold.
Okay.
I like it. I try different brands, but somehow I end up using Sujata Gold every time. But it's your choice, like you can use multigrain or, so you see here it's not binding completely, so I'll add a little bit of more water. And this is cooked usually like for breakfast, during the weekend or during religious occasions. It's a kind of a treat for us. I know people are festive. People are health conscious now, so I mean, but still, like if we have this puri at home, we know that there's something.
It's a good day.
It's a good day.
So yes, if anybody is trying this oil-free and not going to deep fry it, putting in your air fryer, let us know. I'd love to know more about that. I know we have not tried it that way.
Yeah.
I'm thinking if you put it in the oven, you probably get a little bit of a crisper
Exactly, yeah. And I mean, the texture won't be the same.
texture. Will definitely not
Yeah.
be the same. Oil will definitely be different. So you take like about 5 minutes, you think, today you need?
Yeah, I mean, it's faster in the
Yes, in the-
multiprocessor,
in
but
the
the more you,
KitchenAid or one of
yeah, I
those.
need to feel it so that I know when it's a good time to stop
Yes,
adding
yes.
water.
So you need like a soft dough, right?
It should neither be soft nor too hard.
Yes, too hard you'll get a hard,
Yeah,
and too
so
soft
and then
you
you
get a very
cannot roll
oily.
it out.
If it's too soft, you get a very oily.
Yeah,
puri, yes.
and that will be just like a roti.
And the black seeds and the ajwain actually picks up the nutrition quite a bit.
Yeah, and it's also like scientifically, I think like people started adding these seeds because as such, like eating too much oil is not good for you. So adding these seeds kind of cuts down on your guilt of using, you know,
Yes.
too much oil. So that's the whole point. Like it helps you digest the oil, or you know, if you are kind of sensitive to
Right.
oily food.
So those ajwain seeds again is very, very good when little babies are born and they've
Yeah.
got colic. The mother can drink it if she's nursing the baby.
Yeah.
And like you said earlier on, you can actually boil that together and give little drops to the child,
to the
baby.
infant to relieve them from their
Colic.
yeah, and any gas they get from the
So
milk.
those are the things that's going to be combated with these seeds in this particular
Exactly.
dish,
So
right?
this should be the dough. This is how it
Okay.
should be. You know, it's neither too soft, neither too hard. You can press it, but like it's just not.
Right.
And then we're gonna leave it covered for like 15 minutes.
Okay.
So this is a dry vegetable which goes along with the puri.
And you're going to show the different ingredients we're
Yeah,
using?
so we have the oil, this is the regular vegetable or canola oil. We have some boiled potatoes, some cauliflower florets cut thinly sliced, some coriander for garnishing, green chilies as per your taste. We have some cumin seeds, red chili flakes, grated ginger and garlic, some turmeric, salt, and that should be all.
That should be out of that.
So we'll start with heating the pan first, and then we are going to add some oil.
So what you were trying to say is you need a high heat point oil.
Yes.
So don't use your cold press olive oil in this dish.
Exactly, because this has to heat up,
Right.
and we
so
have
that
to
you got your spices bloom.
exactly, and the seeds should splatter,
Splatter.
the cumin seeds.
Okay, again, getting back to my oil-free thing, all you need to do is just heat the pan, no need for oil, just put your seeds in there and it'll splatter too.
Exactly.
But in the interest of the way your tradition goes, we're using the oil,
Yeah.
we have it going really nice and warm, and then you're going to be starting with the...
I'm gonna use this cumin seeds for tempering. So I'm gonna add like this is like 2 teaspoons of.
You're going to use 2 teaspoons.
Yeah.
So you put like, this is 1 head of cauliflower,
Yeah.
correct? And maybe like 3 or 4
Yeah, it
potatoes.
depends on how much, like some people want to cut down on the potatoes, so it
Right.
depends on how much potato you want. You can just decide your ratio here. And then
And there's a,
that's
it's ready for your
ready
next
for,
spice.
yep. So I'm gonna add
Okay. Smells good in there, just
with
with
the
cumin.
cumin, yeah. Then I'm gonna add a little bit of salt. So this is gonna help ooze out the water from the cauliflower, and that's gonna hasten the cooking process.
Right.
And I'm gonna
Cover
cover
it?
it for some time.
Okay.
So I used boiled potato, but you can use raw potatoes as well. I use boiled potatoes because then you don't need to focus on the potatoes to be cooked, because I know it's already cooked, so I can focus on the cauliflower. And then, so basically this is a whole potato, and then I just cut it into thin slices like this.
So the thing is, if you had to cook or use raw potatoes, you put it together with the cauliflower, correct? Or
Exactly.
you put it first?
Yeah, actually you can put it together.
Okay.
And then, but you'll have to make sure both of them get cooked.
Right. And the other thing is whether you like your cauliflower crunchy or
Yeah.
soft. My family likes it crunchy, so I know I would prefer to pre-cook the potatoes and add it for that reason.
Yes. And we keep stirring this.
You don't want soggy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And if we could just increase the temperature so we can see that this is getting coated with some oil at the bottom.
And hear the sizzle.
So now I can add some turmeric. And this is some grated ginger and garlic. If you don't eat garlic, you can use
Just ginger.
or you can just use garlic depending on your
And
taste.
if you don't like the heat from ginger, you don't even have to use it. But
Exactly.
this is actually a very good sort of winter meal because that Kalonji, the earlier one, which is very good for antiviral and everything else. And
Yeah.
so it's good for the cold season more than actual summer, I would think. And then here with the ginger and the turmeric, again, another antiviral thing that can help.
Yeah.
And also the heat of they always say with turmeric you need a little bit of fat for it to absorb to its maximum.
Yeah.
And that's what we have there. We've more or less got that going, right?
Yes.
It's a very good, everybody is quite familiar with that combination of cauliflower and potatoes.
Exactly. You can also cook this in the form of gravy. If you add some tomatoes, add water to it, so it will become kind of not a dry vegetable, but it can go with your rice and dal.
Right.
But
That's
usually for breakfast, we prefer dry
vegetables,
Yeah.
correct.
So I'm going to cover this again and keep checking on this while we get this ready for the puri.
Okay.
I would like to heat the oil for
Okay.
puri.
So now you suggest that I open this?
Yes.
Okay, and you leave me that little steam to evaporate?
Steam, yeah.
While you get going with that for a little bit,
Sure.
or you're going to get other things? Okay. So you're just going to be...
So I'm just going to roll out small doughs.
So for somebody that feels intimidated at home and thinks, oh man, I'm not going to be doing this little balls, I, with an experienced cook in the kitchen now, roll a huge, long, roll out a big piece of dough and take the cookie cutter and cut off in fancy shapes, depending what I want for that day.
Yeah, that's another way if you don't know how to roll out a complete.
Yes, for me,
circular.
I feel that that's much quicker than my mother still does this. Would pinch up each piece of dough and roll individually. And I know when we were little kids, we all used to join her and all take the little rolling pin and do it alongside her. Because there was many of us to feed and we wanted everybody to...
I think the vegetable needs a stir.
Stir. Okay.
Yeah, so we see the water oozing out now.
Yes. And it's actually got no water now.
Yeah, so we're gonna kind of spread it out so that, and add the potatoes.
Add the potatoes in?
Yes.
Okay. We're just adding the potatoes in.
And then we're gonna add some more salt because we added the potatoes.
Okay. So when you boil the potatoes, you did not add salt?
No.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna add some red chili flakes as per your taste.
And depending on how strong the chilies are too.
Exactly. And then we're gonna add some black pepper. Again, depending on your spice level. And then we're gonna give it a stir.
And then are you adding anything else to this?
No, at the end I may add some chaat masala
Okay.
if you want to add some extra flavor to this.
That's chaat masala. The main ingredient there is that salt, like black salt.
Black salt.
That
yeah.
gives that sulfuric kind of taste and smell
Exactly.
to it.
So I have this small ball,
Right.
and then I'm going to flatten it out and add some dry flour to it so that it's easy for me to roll it out. So this is how it's gonna come out.
Okay, so that's a good size
Yeah.
puri, right?
Yeah,
So it's not too thick and not too,
too thin, exactly. If you make it too thin, it's not gonna be fluffy. And
It'll
if
be
you
more
make it too thick, it's gonna be raw from inside. So
Right.
to make sure that it's neither too thick or neither too thin, and the temperature of the oil should be moderate, because if it's too hot,
You want to test the oil right now? And I can.
sure. So I usually take a small pinch of the dough to make sure that it just
there you
pops
go.
up, and that means that the oil is perfect. If the oil is too hot, it's gonna be cooked from outside. I mean, it's gonna be dark
Right.
from outside, but it
And
won't be
just
cooked.
make sure you have a studded spoon to take it out of the.
Yeah.
And you are having a disposable cloth here to absorb.
Exactly,
Right.
the excess oil.
So you want to fry one to show what it's like,
Yes.
and then I can help you fry the rest.
Sure.
I like working with 2 forks.
So I'm just gonna dip it in the oil slowly. And this is a good sign, means the oil is hot enough and it's just floating now. And we're gonna press this so that it becomes fluffy. So if it fluffs up, it's perfect.
Right, and it's
Yeah. And you have to make sure, I think we need to increase the temperature a bit, because it should be completely. We flip it. So the oil which we added to the flour is making it kind of crispy here.
right.
You see.
Yes, yes. you
So
can see
it's
that. So how do you know it's done? You want it brown?
yeah, not too brown, but we'll know. So this is getting better.
Mm-hmm.
This is how it should look like.
Let me feel my 2 forks. Let me touch it. Can you hear?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the crispiness from the
Ah, okay.
oil we added, and then we
So
can,
it's almost like yelada.
and then we add another one. So now I'm just gonna add some chaat masala.
People for dessert sometimes will cut up fruit and put the chaat
Yeah.
masala, and they have that too.
And this is roasted cumin seed. I usually dry roast the cumin seeds and then grind it. This gives an extra flavor to any of your veggies.
They add it in the end.
Yes. I'm going to add some coriander leaves right now and some at the end when it's done,
Okay.
because the cooked coriander adds an extra flavor to the,
Oh, absolutely.
yeah. So I washed and
Chop them
chop
up.
them up, and some green chilies. It's really taste.
That's looking attractive as it is.
You can lower the flame, but it just doesn't.
So Neelam, our breakfast is just about done. We have our cauliflower and potatoes already done with all
I
the
think
seasonings.
it's a good time to garnish with some more coriander.
Coriander. Okay. And then you have your puris done.
Yes.
So the next step, you want to do a little cooling down,
Yes.
which is what you call raita.
Raita and also a chutney.
You're making both a chutney and a raita.
So I'm going to make this raita really healthy. So I'm going to use this bottle gourd. This is a very healthy vegetable and it's good for your stomach. So basically I peel this and just cut it in pieces and remove the core. The core has seeds. We don't need to use the seeds.
Again, if you're getting a younger, when I'm from South Africa, whenever we bought that, we hardly had much seeds. We always got the nice, young, really delicious one.
Right.
Here, we tend to get a little more mature one somehow.
Yes.
So then you have to remove the seeds. So you peel it first, like you do a butternut
So I usually cut the top so that it's easy for me to peel it off. And then I peel it off.
So you're using a potato peeler to peel it.
Yeah. I'm just gonna cut a small piece to show how it looks like. And then
So that's in Hindi it's lauki, right?
Lauki, yes. So if you see this, the inside has seeds, the core has seeds.
Yes, yes.
So what I do, I just cut it and remove the core to just get the hard part here.
Yes.
And then I use the grater to grate this. And then I use the pressure cooker to boil this and I get it in this form.
Okay. So how long you put in the pressure cooker?
Like for 10 minutes. I used the instant pot, so I used it for 10 minutes. I added some salt. Lauki oozes out its own water, so you don't add too much water. And I make sure that I strained it enough so that it doesn't have any water in it.
Right.
So, and this is the regular whole milk yogurt or dahi, that's what we call. And I'm going to whisk it a little bit. Add some water just in case the consistency is not right.
Yes, Greek yogurt can be too thick.
Too thick, yeah. So I use the Indian Greek yogurt, Indian yogurt, the whole milk. And then
it's so easy to make yogurt.
Yeah. I usually use the homemade yogurt, but and then I'm gonna add the boiled lauki to this and mix it well.
And that's it? And some seasoning, of course.
Seasoning, definitely.
So you said mix it, I realized, oops, you're trying to get the lauki and the...
trying to make a consistent
to get
mixture here.
Right.
And then so usually we do the seasoning at the end, because if we add the salt, it's gonna ooze out the water again, and it's gonna get, so just before, and we just chill this in the refrigerator because it's served chilled, and then we can add some chaat masala again, and some salt.
So you'll tell our viewers what chaat masala is?
So chaat masala is basically a mixture of few Indian spices like amchur.
Amchur is
black
green
salt,
mango.
yes, and
dried mango,
roasted zira and things like that. So if
Roasted
you don't want
cumin seeds.
if you don't want to add them individually, the chaat masala basically has all the ingredients in it. So and it gives a tangy flavor to any of your.
Right. Many people heard of garam masala.
Garam masala.
So which is garam means hot.
Hot. So
that's a mixture of all heat, like cloves and cardamom, those and cinnamon sticks. But that type of, and this is another type of a masala.
Exactly.
And chaat is because of the type of dish we have.
We
serve different types of chaats, they call it.
Yeah.
So it's little tidbits of things.
Exactly.
Savory,
It's kind of a
sweet.
street food in India. So,
Right.
and this is the main ingredient because it gives a typical flavor to.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's
And
kind
the
of incomplete.
black salt will give you the kind of sulfuric kind of smell and a little bit different taste.
Yeah.
The amchur powder a little bit sour, so you got a different variety of tastes in that one masala.
Exactly. So it has a mixture of different, and this is some roasted cumin seed and some black salt.
Oh, you're putting black salt on top of that
yeah,
too.
because that
Okay.
doesn't have enough
That
black
much.
salt to give you the taste,
Okay.
the salty flavor, and then I
And
give
it's
it.
also to make all these things to come together for your digestive system very good, because here you got your probiotics in the way of
Yeah.
your, now everybody talk about gut health, gut health. Our ancestors knew about it many years ago.
And then I'm going to
Listen
add
to that.
some coriander, so that so this is how it looks.
So this
For
time we're
this,
going to be using just cilantro.
just cilantro, some green chilies, some ginger garlic. So I have some cloves of ginger, some cloves of garlic, and some pieces of ginger. Lemon juice, salt, some chaat masala, and green chilies.
Okay.
And so first we add this to the mixture.
So about how much you use, like half a cup?
Half a cup, yeah.
Okay. It's okay, we can take care of it later. So we got half a cup of cilantro.
Yep. Some chilies. This is again depending on your
Your
taste,
taste.
like if you want
You
more.
don't even have to put garlic if you don't want to. You can just put ginger.
Exactly.
You don't have to put ginger. You don't have to put ginger too.
And
It's
some
a chaat
chaat masala.
If you want to just add cumin, you're welcome to just add cumin.
Yeah. Salt and some lime juice.
That's about quarter cup of lime juice.
Yep.
And then we put our contraption on.
We can add some water actually just to make a consistent batter.
Perfect. My word. Cannot wait to dig into this. The delicious puri made with your onion seeds and ajwain.
Yeah.
And your raita to go on the side. Of course, these two normally go together.
Yeah.
And now you're going to garnish this even
Yes,
further?
I'm gonna garnish a little bit more with some.
You're just going to put some of the
Yeah,
leaves
some-
around, some cilantro to bring up the puff of the taste of that
Taste,
again. And then we have a little bit of the
green chutney.
green chutney that goes with it. So you want to show us exactly how you normally would serve this?
Sure.
And today we have the good sense of your good friend Madhulika to join us. So Madhulika, you want to join us to come and taste test and tell us exactly how your friend did on a delicious meal here?
Hello, everyone.
Yes, this is Madhulika.
Whatever Neelam cooks is delicious. I can say that.
Thanks, Madhulika.
And smelling very nice. It's smelling really good.
Oh, we have quite a huge container for a little bit of chutney, right? It's good though. So this is how you would generally serve it?
Serve it, exactly.
Okay. So you want to go on there?
Oh, sure.
You can come closer. You don't have to be that far. You can come closer.
So beautiful.
Okay, so you're going to try it out first?
All right. Well, thank you. Let's
It is breakfast after all. So
So I'm taking puri, gobi, and a little chutney.
So the raita is a cooling effect?
Effect, yes.
Awesome. The tanginess of the chutney is like bursting in the mouth. And the puri is amazing. And let me try the.
The raita.
It kind of mellows the palate.
Balances it.
Yeah, this is awesome. The gobi aloo is great. The chutney and the puri is really. I like the black
Kalonji
onion
seeds,
seed,
yeah.
kalonji very
Yes.
much. I wasn't aware of that. You put it in puri. I make it when we put it as ajwain in it.
Yes, yes. She's
So-
done both.
Oh, okay. So nice. So it has a different taste to it. Thank you.
So we have approval. Thank you so much.
Thanks, I'm sure.
For joining me in presenting a beautiful breakfast from Eastern India.
Yeah.
We brought Eastern India all the way to USA
USA.
and the world because it's always available on ActonTV.org or our YouTube channel on ActonTV. And any comments or questions, please write to me on flavorfuleats@gmail.com. From my guest, Neelam Prasad. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Hamsha.
I'm your host, Hamsha Naidu. So we meet again. Remember, wholesome food is the way to go for good nutrients and healthy living. Take care.